So, Coach, a tough start so far. 0-2-2, 2 points. Today's a big day with Philadelphia. What are any adjustments, any of the things that you're doing differently to try and get the guys to pull out the 3 points today?
No, listen, we're staying the course. You look at our first 4 games, we have taken a lot of good things away from those games. Just go over the first game, putting 3 away in the first half. Second half, of course, things that happened, we were looking to change, and we've done well over the last couple weeks to change it. All the way through to the last game, Montreal, we've held possession in every game the majority of the time. We've been in the opponent's half the majority of the time in those games, and we've outshot our opponents almost every game. It's a telling sign right there. We're there, we're around it. It's just not falling for us right now.
You know what? Let's talk a little bit about the Portland thing. And I wasn't going to go in there, but so you're up 3-1, right? And all of a sudden things changed. Their energy, they were out of their minds. Their energy was insane. Do you think that was a turning point for the team and for the season? Like you were up, it almost looked like you were going to coast.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden.
Well, listen, we went into an incredible environment in Portland against a team that's new like us, that's some good players, and they play a very good system. For us to go up 3-1 in the first half was a little bit of a head scratcher, and we were very happy about it.
Right.
Our whole game plan going second half was not to sit back. Not only from me preaching that, but from the players realizing the same, we have to push forward again. And it just was inevitable. You call it lack of legs in a little bit, call it, the other team, Portland, doing perhaps in such a parity type league as we have, doing what most home teams do, which is put the pressure on us.
Yeah, they did an amazing job of coming back. Mike, I always come back to this, being a Long Island guy. There's only a handful of people that have your position in the whole country. To be the head coach of an MLS team, has it affected you? Yeah, do you still kind of scratch your head like, oh my God, I'm a coach?
No,
or...
that ended the first week or so.
Yeah.
Now it's more of putting things in perspective. My life has obviously changed completely. But it's something that I've always wanted. So even during the bad times or the stressful times, you sit back and you say, I'm living my dream right now. So everything's good. It's about putting things, like I said, putting things in perspective, realizing my position, realizing the responsibility I have, and taking pride in that.
Yeah, and now Red Bull has such a great influence on Long Island with the Long Island Junior Soccer League. So we have players coming from the system, from Long Island, right? And hopefully coming up and maybe even one day playing for you.
Yeah.
I always ask you this. What are some of the key things that you would say? What's the most important advice that you give to young players saying, look, you have to do this in order to hopefully get to this level?
Well, at first it starts with enjoying what you're doing. If you're out there for your parents or you're out there to mess around with your friends, that's great too, but you can't expect at the end of the day to get to where you want to get without the hard work. The one thing, especially with my sons, is when I coach their team sometimes, I want them to have fun. But, at the end of the day, you could have fun, enjoy, but listen, and you could do what your coach says, and you could really pick up on little things. If you're being coached in a certain way and you keep making the same mistakes, maybe it's time to sit back and think, why am I keep making these mistakes, and working on your weaknesses.
That's funny, yeah.
Last question. So you're going into the room today. What's the speech just before you take the field to your guys? What is it that you're going to say today?
Well, my speech is going to be more along the lines of, after we go over tactics and everything, my message is going to be, there's been a lot of talk about must win and must this. To me, there's nothing in life that's a must except for breathing and paying taxes, to be honest with you. To me, it's more of a want, and I know everyone in there wants to get a result and they want to keep doing what they're doing. So to me, it's about 90 minutes. Break it down however you want. 6 15-minute periods, 2 45-minute halves, 1 90-minute game. Whatever you want to break it down. For that 90 minutes, you're out there to do what you love. You're out there to do what you're paid to do. You're out there to get what you ultimately want, which is 3 points.
That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much.